Hello and welcome back. As you can see, it's finally a new year and always a new year, but it's also a new me. So we have a new skin. Um so yeah, this is the skin that I'm using right now. I made it myself and I think it looks pretty lovely, especially because I've also reinvented kind of the account a little bit, not too much. I just kind of changed the colors and the picture from my profile. If you are new-ish, and you'll notice that. So I'm just showing you that this is kind of what I'm going for now. I'm just made myself, kind of. But anyway, today is not about me. It's about what we're gonna do here, right? So, the plan for today is essentially to collect as much tree logs as we can, so we can get started on the bee farm framing first, because we're gonna make the bee farm, but first I want to have all the blocks so I can frame it, like frame the building that I'm making on it, and then after that I want to make an enchantment room. So those are the two main things that we need to do. But as you can see, since last episode, I've created this platform and I've finished these farms back here. Ignore the sounding mobs. This farm has been very effective, which is also why I have so many levels right now, and it's also really lovely. But essentially, this is a really shabby farm thing that I made. It's not the most effective, especially for the bamboo gathering, but I made it. I like it. It's kind of like the thing I think that's generic enough to make, that works. And we've made some progress while I've been making this one and AFKing and killing these things for a bit. And so I also made a sugarcane one that, like, since these two don't really fall into anything, I just collect them and then put them in the chest. But I made that, and I tried to decorate it a little bit. It's not the most fancy thing I could have made, but I think it looks nice, and you can kind of see the back there. But yeah, I've just been AFKing, letting these trees grow and doing their own thing little by little. So I'm just gonna sorry, I'm getting distracted. But essentially I've been doing that, and so I've made this little chest where I just shove everything in. We've gotten pretty good on acacia and some good old oak, and we also collected some of the trees because we need some decoration. And I found an axolotl, which is something else I need to talk about in a second. But yeah, we're gonna still be kind of AFKing little by little, as we kind of still need these things to grow slowly but surely. But the thing that I wanted to talk about with the axolotl was I went to go find moss, right? I went to go to look for moss because that's the whole thing I've been complaining about, that I haven't had moss to start the terraforming down at the main base. But I found a jungle-ish area. No, not a, oh yeah, it was like a jungle-ish area, and I went and I found this like little cavern, and I found it. I died. I had to go get stuff, but I found the moss. I found the moss, and I found an axolotl, and I took it, and I'm gonna make a little aquarium for it somewhere, hopefully, probably out here, because this is probably also going to be the enchantment room. I kind of want to have it in that direction. I want to have a contraption that I'm gonna make here in this direction, and I don't know what I'm gonna do with that direction, but what's it called? Yeah, I went home and I was gonna go to the nether because I wanted to start doing some nether work. Like, specifically, I just wanted to find some soul sand so I can make elevators, because originally this whole setup was gonna be underground. But I couldn't find soul sand, so I just didn't feel like doing that. But when I went to go look in my chests, I found my bundles that I've just kept in there since the beginning. And in one of the bundles, which I don't have here with me for some, oh no, wait, I do. Yeah, here it is. I found this bundle, which already had moss. So I've been kind of just sitting doing nothing for no real reason. I have everything that I need, so I can get started on that terraforming project. But I think I'm gonna leave that for the next episode. For this episode specifically, we're gonna continue with collecting stuff so we can frame the bee farm, and then after we frame the bee farm, we'll make an enchantment room. But there's a semi-secret third thing that we're gonna do because we don't have there's a lot of waiting involved here, so I want to do something while we wait because I cannot sit still, as you can probably tell. So the other thing that I'm going to make is a little mud brick machine. So I'm sure that a lot of the technical Minecrafters have probably seen the big machines that you can make to make these mud brick things. Typically what I do is I just use this one bottle of water, right click, and then break, which is efficient. Don't make it wrong, it's very efficient for like 3 blocks. After 3 blocks you're really just stretching yourself thin, right? So I have thought about it. I have thought about it really well, and I know what I'm gonna do. It's I have a machine that I have a creative world in which I like to test random redstone ideas because I don't want to steal anybody's redstone idea when I'm making redstone. So what's it called? I went for like 3 hours ish, kind of just trying to figure out how to make a clock, like a redstone clock that is long enough and takes its time enough for me to do my own, like for it to like place, collect, place, and collect again, and do its own thing, right? Now I'm not that adept with redstone. I only know repeaters, comparators, and torches, so I don't know much. I don't know much about redstone. So but I do know something. I do know a thing or two about some things redstone related. And so the idea right now is there's a contraption I made, which involves these sticky pistons, some redstone dust, some redstone torches, and some other stuff. I will hopefully put a screenshot of that right now, but if I don't, that's because I forgot. And honestly, when I'm editing, I tend to forget a lot of things because sometimes I don't listen to my own voice unless it's to double check audio. But anyway, yeah. So I made a really simple machine. It only requires a little bit of things. It does require quite a few amount of repeaters though, which is a shame. It does only require 1 observer though, so I'm gonna take that. And I do have some repeaters already, but I'm gonna need a lot more. And since we don't have all the cobblestone with us, we'll just go. Oh, I can make some right here. Hold up. 6 is pretty okay. How much for comparator? Oh, we still need a comparator. Okay, let's head to the main base and collect some of the stuff that we need. And it shouldn't be too much. Again, what I think I counted like 10 repeaters, 1 comparator, and 1 dispenser, and a couple of pieces of redstone here and there. But it should be a very simple machine. I know that there's probably better ones and probably some auto mud brick farms that people have constructed and are amazing and work beautifully and all this stuff, but I'm not that creative just yet. Wait. Oh, do I need torches? I need torches. Okay. Well, let's quickly craft these and let's take some of those. Actually, I'm gonna need a lot more torches than that, so let's do 20, and then let's do 20 of these. We don't need this many, but I'm just gonna play it safe. We only need 1 comparator and quite a few of these. Um, doo -doo -doo. Oh yeah, I forgot I was making glass. This is really good to have over here. Ooh, okay. Let's see. Let's go ahead and put a couple of these in there. And let's let that cook for a couple of minutes, and we'll check the oven in a second. Okay, we are back. And I got the materials, so I got enough to make 12 repeaters, which hopefully is what I needed. I don't have the picture with me of what I'm building. I'm really just kind of going off what I remember that I built earlier. But it's basically gonna follow that picture that I hopefully showed you, and if it doesn't, well, then it didn't, sadly. But the first thing that I need to do is make the platform for where I'm gonna be using this machine. And since I am making a machine, I'm also gonna need to make some torches so I can actually hide all of the things in there. Yes, indeed. Okay, I have sticks, so that's all we need to worry about. Okay, we could cook that, and then yeah. Okay, so the machine's gonna go on this side. That's the plan. That's where it's meant to be. And hold up. I'm trying to make sure I have everything with me. I have everything. I think I have everything. I don't have a dispenser, but I can make one. I believe. Is this the recipe? Yes, that's a dropper. Oh, a dispenser needs an arrow. Well, there goes my cobblestone. Whoops. No, wait. Yeah, that's a dropper. Oh, no. And we don't have anything here. Okay. Hold up. That's on me. Give me like a split second to go find some cobblestone. Luckily, yeah, we're pretty much a-okay. I think. In terms of material and everything, I think we're pretty much a-okay. We just need to have a dispenser ready to go, and that's about it. But yeah, once we get this machine going, we're also gonna go ahead and I don't know, do something. Right. What was I gonna do? I'll take this. And I need cobblestone. There we go. There we go. There we go. Can we not make a dispenser with that? Oh, that's a real shame. That's a real shame right there. I think I have some cobblestone within my chest. I'm so sorry I'm taking so long to get things started. But we are getting there. Right? We're getting there. We are almost. Don't tell me I've run out of cobble. I've run out of cobble. Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay. I'm just gonna run over there and get some cobble. Maybe I have some cobble in here. Please tell me I have some cobble in here. Cobble? No cobble. Cobble? No cobble. Cobble? These things have nothing. I don't know why I'm checking. No cobble. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Give me a second. Listen. No one has to know. No one has to know. Well, actually, I was gonna dig underground, but then I just realized I am going in the direction, so whoop, here we go. Here's some cobble. Okay, perfect, perfect. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That should work. Okay, now we can get out of here. Now we can get out of here. That's the last piece of that puzzle that we needed. Ah. So again, you know what? Since I'm here walking about doing my own thing, I might as well explain what's gonna happen in the future. So everything here is gonna turn into moss for the time being, and also this beach is also probably gonna be turned into moss. The turtles, I'm probably gonna give them their own sanctuary, like a little dome sanctuary for turtles. Probably right next to the beach. Actually, no. Maybe at the dock. Maybe at the dock. But the point is, I'm gonna make that, and kind of just put a bunch of trees around the edge of my little area, and kind of make like this enclosed forest kind of vibe to it. So, yeah, that's the idea with that. But okay, let's go ahead and do this. Okay. There we go. There we go. So this is all we needed. Since this is a really small machine, I don't think I really need that much space used here. As much as I would love to add a completely more big platform, this platform already took a lot of material to make. So I think I'm just gonna make it like a couple of blocks here. And really, yeah, I think that should be large enough, right? Based on like how much space I used in the creative world, I think this is already plenty. But I'm gonna go ahead and try to go as far as I can with just this stack. Yeah, I think this is as far as I'm gonna go, just in case. But okay, there we go. This should be a pretty okay platform, I would say. And filling it up is gonna take a lot of slabs to fill this up. But that's why we have this old wood farm. And you know what? Since we might as well also use, we can also start cutting, because we also gotta get some trees. Luckily we have this ready. We have a bunch of saplings, so we don't have to worry about waiting for more saplings to spawn. Yeah, let's go ahead and grab that. Let's see, where can let's just put there for the time being, and then one there. I think it's one there, and then I think it's one there. That might not be the right. No, that's not the right. That's the right one. That's the right one. That's right. That's right. Okay. It's all correct. What was that? Oh. Oh. Also, what? Okay. That's not supposed to not happen. That's the opposite of what's supposed to happen. What's going on? Redstone? Are you not redstoning? Should work. Okay. You know what? I'm not gonna worry. I have a giant farm that I need to maintain in the future, and that's gonna be a thing when it's a thing. Because I like things. Also, that's not a lot of wood. Okay. Yeah, let's turn these planks into fuel planks. Bedtime. So, yeah. I think from here, I'm just gonna go ahead and get started on a time lapse of me, like making this platform and making the machine. So that way we can speed this a bit up. So enjoy the time lapse. So I was taking a break, and I went to go check the editing footage on like the whole like the time lapse that I was doing a bit ago when I was making this machine, right? And so it like at first it didn't go well, so I went to go double check the footage. The footage ended up looking like what you're seeing right now, which is this weird mess. Um, and I was like, oh, okay, well, hopefully I can fix the footage. I'll start over with replay. I'll turn it off and on. I'll see what I can do. I don't know. And then I found out the issue. I just had to override the fog footage on the time lapse that I was doing, and it got rid of it. And now the problem is in my actual world. I don't know what happened. I'm definitely not supposed to be bugging out like this. Give me a second. We'll be right back with technical difficulties. And there we go. That should have been everything. Um, as you probably saw, I was struggling a bit with everything. The only thing I need to do is put the bottle in here, which I don't have because somehow I've lost the bottle. Also, I did get rid of the noise of mobs for a bit because it was starting to bug me, but honestly, let's keep it down. Let's keep it low for now. That should be lower, at least for you guys. Oh my goodness, these guys have accumulated while I was gone. Doing that. Oh yeah, I forgot. Okay, so what we really need is a bottle of water, which we did have. I don't know where it went. We had one. Did I leave it at the house? Perchance? I don't think I did. I don't think I did. Oh, well, I definitely did, honestly. Oh no, there it is. Silly me. It's in the corner of my screen. Okay. Okay. So, this is the machine, right? All you need is, and it's a very simple machine, I would say. Like, all you need is your shovel in one hand and your dirt in the other hand, which I don't have dirt with me to give you an example. Let's just go get like a couple stacks of dirt. But before we do that, let's actually just put things in the chest, because we do not need any more of this. So we can get rid of that. Get rid of these. Put that away. Put that away. Actually, no. I'll keep that in there. That can go there. And I guess I'll put the books there for now. And since we have the torches, we might as well light up this area just a tiny bit. I mean, I think it's pretty lit up, so we're pretty much a-okay. Anyway, let's go get some dirt so I can explain how this works. It's slightly of a slow machine, but it's also pretty speedy, I would say, in the sense that like it does what you need it to do. It turns things into mud, and you can break the mud. And since it's on a timer, it gives you time to just kind of sit there and collect mud for a couple of minutes. And it's a very easy machine to turn off. So, since this diamond shovel is about to break, and I could make an anvil if I get some more iron in the future, but for now, we're not gonna worry about that. Here you go. Let's see, here's some dirt. We're gonna need a lot of, actually, let's take like a good chunk of dirt, because I'm gonna turn all of this into mud bricks, and that's kind of what we need. So it would be one dirt in your offhand, and let's see, actually we don't need the torches in that corner anymore, and one shovel. Okay, so it should be like this. And the machine works slowly enough that it gives you time to just break it and all this other stuff, and like it gives it time to break it and also add it. So you're pretty much a-okay in terms of like having to wait and having to break and having to let it do its own thing. And hold up, let me let me get up to this machine. So you can put one thing here. Since it already has a bucket like water in it, it should be fine. But when it dispenses, it either collects or shoots out the bottle if the bottle is full or not. If the bottle is full, it will turn whatever is in front of it, it will dispense it. So it will turn the block of dirt into mud. And then when it's empty, you just let the timer hit, let it recollect its water, placed on the dirt, and continue. Now, right now I don't have a collection system for it, which I think might be more easier if I did. I wonder if I have any iron, which I really doubt I do. I have enough. Maybe is it enough? It's enough. It's enough. It's enough for one hopper. That's all we really need, honestly. So let's make 2 chests, one a hopper chest, and then we can make a second chest with some of the wood that we have here. And look at that, the trees are growing, which is lovely. That's what we need. That's what we've been needing. Here we go. And then let's do our thing. Let's do our thing. Let's quickly finish building this completely. Go. And we need, I guess we could do the chest like this, since we're not really worried about, yeah, we're not worried about that. Yeah, and so you can just stand here and break, and it gives you enough time for it to collect there. I kind of just like standing here. I don't know why I do, but I do. Yeah, but let's see. While we turn all of these mud bricks into these dirt blocks into mud bricks. I think they're called mud bricks. I don't know. I call it mud. Whatever you want to call it, right? I'll be turning them into that for like a couple of minutes. So, yeah. I guess I could really just speed up the footage, or I can give you like an overview of me just chopping and doing all of that. But that's really all I'm gonna be doing for the next couple of hours. It's just chopping some trees and also chopping some dirt. So, let's think for a second. I think I should just give you a small demonstration first before I decide to do anything. So we're gonna put that there. Oh, there it is. Turns it into mud, collects the water. Turns it into mud, collects the water. And you do this for a couple of minutes. And to turn it off, you just flick the lever while it's collecting the water, so that way it's already collected and you don't have to worry about it falling into the hopper. But as you can see, fairly simple. And yeah, it took like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 repeaters. Obviously, you don't need 13 repeaters nor that comparator at all. You can do this all with just redstone things. I mean, you would need the redstone clock repeaters, so I would suggest at least having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. At least having 9 repeaters, which will only cost you some smelt stone and some redstone. So that should, some redstone torches, which should be fine. Now, I am using sticky pistons, which I know is not easy to get early game. Because you need to do it. But considering like how little stuff you need, the observer is a huge benefit to have here to do this. And if not, you could just put a redstone line behind it, and I think it would work the same. Yeah, it should work the same. But yeah, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys be on a time lapse for the next couple of minutes while I do all the collecting. So enjoy. Alright, so we have everything we need. That was around, I think, 40 minutes to almost an hour of just me standing and breaking that. So sorry for the edit. We ended up getting 2 stacks and 14 mud, which is pretty good, I think, for 40 minutes. It is obviously a slow process, but it's better than nothing or just taking a long time. So what we really need to do from here is get started on the final thing for this episode, which is indeed the base of the structure for the bee farm. So let's go ahead and let's go ahead and draw. Let's go ahead and why can't I use the boat anymore? Yeah, so let's go ahead and go ahead, you know? Let's get started on the bee farm. Or at least the base of the structure to end off this episode. And again, like I said in previous episodes, the goal of the bee farm, at least for this episode, is to essentially make an outline of it, and I also have to get rid of that and kind of go ahead and make it sort of dome shaped. And it might look a bit odd, might look a bit janky, but honestly, that's gonna probably be fine. Let me quickly just organize, pretty much. Let's quickly just organize most of this area so that way we don't have to worry much about anything being in the way of the stuff that we're already putting down. Because I do know that I definitely want to have my stuff like somewhere. Now we have enough glass for the dome part of it, in which I will make surely in a second. I don't think I have enough. I may have. I can't speak at all. I don't know what's happened to me. I may have enough deep slate, cobbled deep slate, and some spruce to do everything that we need, and the logs. I think we're fine on that. So if anything, before we get started on a little time lapse of how it's gonna look, I think I might as well just pillar up and kind of show the area that I'm trying to go for. That way you guys get a sense of what I'm actually going for, and then after that we can go ahead and get started on actually building like everything as we go. And let's go ahead and also put all of this in our inventory. I think we can get started. And also let's get rid of these plants. So the area that I'm marking for is essentially this, and I'm gonna diagonally make it go in that direction. So first things first, let's get rid of this. That's probably the thing that was, yeah, there we go. I wonder if there's any more. And we are gonna be using leaves, so that should be fine. I think, oof, it's really hard building with diagonals, I would say, but something like so. Come on, move along, move out here. There we go. And then we continue the process diagonally. This kind of seems a bit hold up. Yeah, something like this. And then we're just gonna kind of pillar it up all the way across to the other side. And then from there we should be fine. No, okay, I fell. But you can kind of see where I'm gonna go with this. It's gonna go all the way up to this block. So let me just go diagonally this way, and it should be this one here. So should be around here where it's gonna stop. And then I'm also gonna try to find diagonal points for this to go. I think here would be great. I think that would be great. Yeah. And then from here we can go a couple blocks in this direction, I would say. And then kind of stop here, I would say. I think this is a good spot, because it's not going to be a big one. It's gonna look a bit wonky, I'm gonna say. And if I have to, I'll move it these 2 blocks back. But essentially this is what the direction it's gonna go for. Hopefully those leaves disappear soon enough. But yeah, okay, let's make some stairs so that way if I fall off I can at least go back up. That's gonna be very important for me to do. Also, stone cutter. This is gonna be a great opportunity to use it, because I don't know what I can make with it. Let's see. I guess I'll just figure it out as I'm building. But yeah, with that being said, give me a second to make some stairs. 1 minute before we start that time lapse. If you want to go ahead and skip to the time lapse, it's probably just gonna be a couple seconds away anyways. But yeah, I'm just gonna make some stairs to get some things ready. There we go. Okay. I'll put that mud here for now. But okay, we're officially ready to start building. So I'll see you in a second, and let's get this time lapse going. Okay, so I cut off the time lapse a bit early, but essentially I am done with sculpting this with this whole thing. So the inside I've made it all of dirt, and it's gonna stay like this, by the way. The inside is gonna stay like this. It's only the outside that really needs to be changed, which is why I did this, where I'm gonna remove this dirt and put a framing around these edges. And then I'm going to do another inner frame with more dirt pillars that go up to where you could see where the framing of these deep slate blocks are. And essentially, I'm also potentially, I'm depending on how I'm seeing it right now. I'm going to also make the framing that I'm going to put here, which is where all these blocks come in handy. Like these deep slate bricks, and hopefully some dark logs, some dark planks. I'm gonna go ahead and frame this area here, with that, and I'm also going to try to make like a little design with a little bit of glass instead of using all the glass that I have left, because I realized pretty quickly I don't have enough glass to do all of this stuff. And in the time lapse, you might have seen me try to like come up with a bunch of designs on the fly, because yeah, that's what happens when you try to improvise a design that you have no clue about. But this is kind of the vision I had. I say that as I literally spent like a good hour just breaking and rebuilding this whole thing. But like, yeah, this is the entire design. From the back, I think it looks pretty neat. Mainly because it blends a little bit into the environment. Which is why I'm very hesitant to decide whether or not I'm gonna also cover it up with the framing that I'm also gonna put on the flat sides. And this is kind of how it looks like, and I really do like it. And it's slowly turning into grass, which is also really lovely because it makes it blend even more. And it kind of makes it look like a deserted ruin from this angle, I would say. It looks like it's a mound of some type, with something hidden, and especially if like we cover this area with trees all around, then it's gonna look much more hidden and much more nice. And then yeah, and then all just have to do is the framing here, and that's what we're gonna do in the next episode. And the other thing that I want to do when not only we finish building this whole thing and we get into here, the big X is gonna mark where I'm gonna put a tree. So I'm gonna not use an oak sapling. I'm gonna use some of the oak logs that we have, and we're gonna try to make a nice tree here, and then surround it by leaves, some moss flowers, and kind of have a nice decor inside. And potentially, I might go into the Nether to get some glowstone if I don't already have any, and kind of make some nice lighting instead of torches. But I'm also going to do campfires and stuff to like kind of make it look like it's its own world inside of here. But overall, I'm just really happy with the outside design of this. The only thing that I need to do is just light up the area so no mobs can spawn. But again, overall, I really do like this. And honestly, I think it's good until the next episode. Which is when I'm gonna go ahead and not only finish this but go to the Nether, hopefully to get some glowstone. But if not, we'll figure out what we do in the next episode, as we always do. But overall, yeah, I think that's gonna be good enough for this episode. I hope you really enjoyed all those time lapses, and you enjoyed me doing all that redstone and all that. But really, honestly, I'm just really enjoying making this, and I can't wait to decorate it because it's going to be so nice. But yeah, that's it for today. I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.